This might be one of the most fascinating unsolved mysteries I've ever heard of. In 1993, after returning home from a shopping trip in Dallas, the mother and daughter of 40-year-old David Glenn Lewis found that he was no longer home. There were freshly made sandwiches in the fridge, and his wedding ring and watch were sitting on the counter. The VCR had even been set to record the big game that was on. It was as if he had just gotten up and left. And that's what his wife thought. She thought he had just gone to a friend's house and would be home. But when David didn't return the following day, she called the police. At the same time, David's wife and daughter were arriving home, 1,600 miles away in Yakima County, Washington, a strange sight was reported. Apparently, at about 10:30 p.m., some people spotted an individual on a very busy road near the airport, and he was walking in the center of the road. Motorists turn around to stop other drivers to warn them about this person in the middle of the road, but when they turned back around, they found this person had died. It seems they had been hit by a car. The man was wearing camouflaged military-style clothing, but didn't have any traces of drugs or alcohol in his system. As there was no ID on him, they weren't able to identify him, and so police just thought this was some anonymous hit-and-run victim. Now, of course, you probably know that this is David, but no one would know this for another 10 years until 2003. You'd think after identifying the body, the case would become a bit more clear, but it just started to create even more questions. First of all, police actually found out that David had informed his wife that he believed he was in danger shortly before his death. However, he wouldn't tell his wife about any of the threats or whatever was going on that was causing it. David was an attorney, but he wasn't doing anything super shady. I mean, at least that we know of. His motto was to tell the truth, whoever it hurts. Also, police found that there were some plane tickets purchased in David's name around the time of his disappearance. The first was a ticket from Dallas to Amarillo purchased on the same day that his wife and daughter were supposed to be returning home. The second ticket, which was for the next day after that, was from Los Angeles to Dallas. You can see why this just made things even more confusing. Since it was pre-9/11, we don't really know if he actually used these tickets. I forgot to mention David's car, which was found abandoned downtown Amarillo near where he worked. Under the mat of the car, they found his house, car keys, his checkbook, credit cards, and his driver's license. This leads us to some theories. The first is that he actually was in danger and that he was running from something. The second is that he wanted to end his own life and wanted to be far away from anybody else when he did it. And there's probably so many other theories. I mean, we didn't even talk about foul play. What are your thoughts?